Okay. Uh, there we
Bo-
go. Am I
Bonnie,
here?
how's it going?
I'm fine, thanks.
It is a true pleasure to meet you today.
Well, it's good to meet you.
We start by saying happy belated 96th birthday. How did how did you and William celebrate?
Well, we don't really celebrate birthdays. I mean, we have if there's family around, we'll have but I mean, we don't do a big deal. We never do a big deal about things like that.
Not a big deal. It's 96. Should be a big
I
deal.
know.
But
Well,
anyways, happy belated birthday.
for us, it's just another year. You know what I mean? It's
True.
just another year. But we will, on our 75th wedding anniversary, which is next year, we will do something.
What do you got planned?
I don't know yet,
Oh,
but we'll
okay.
do something. We'll have some sort of uh, we have a house out in Santa Barbara, but it's gorgeous, but it's rented and people don't want to go that far. I don't know. Probably do something in some kind of a special space. Okay. And we'll
Awesome.
have a deal or something. My son is getting married this this month, and they are having a big party celebration as well as the wedding out in a it's a golf course, in one of the parks. So there are lots of places we can find to do something special. We will. We will.
Awesome. You've had quite a career that spans generations. Are you ever surprised by the staying power of some of your roles?
I guess I am. I think I am. You never know. Yes, I am. I am surprised. Uh, Bill, of course, my husband Bill is an iconic figure, but I do have roles like on Little House that people all remember, and I got two Emmys for St. Elsewhere and Ellen Craig, and people remember that. Oh, Barbara Thorndike on The Golden Girls, people love that, and odd things like I did something on Stargate that everybody loves, and uh, I played an old lady in another show that everybody loves. Oh, V. People love me in V.
That was a great show.
Yeah, yeah,
Got
yeah.
drunk off of milk.
Anyway, that people seem to remember that, and then I worked with Tim, on Home Improvement,
Oh, yes. You played Tim Allen's mom
and then I played in the Mom and Twins. They all remember that, and with Schwarzenegger and
and DeVito.
DeVito. Yeah, yeah. So
Outstanding.
lots of different things. The first thing I ever did was the lead in a soap opera in New York called Love of Life. And I did that for 3.5 years. But that was many, many years ago.
Looking back into the early years, can you tell us about the first performance, whether it be a movie or a TV show that made you think, I can do that. I want to do that too.
No, because I was going to be an actress when I was a little girl, and I listened to the radio, stage actresses. I wanted to be on the stage. I wanted to be a very dramatic stage actress. That was my goal. And from the time I was a little girl, my father had been an actor, and we listened to the Lunts on the radio. We listened to Helen Hayes. We listened to, as well as Jack Benny and all those fun guys. But we listened to all that, and that's what I wanted to do. I never wanted to come to Hollywood. I wanted to go to New York, be on the stage.
What gave you the confidence to pursue acting at a time when women were often sidelined?
Never even occurred to me. I didn't feel sidelined at all. I
That's
knew
good.
they needed women, they needed actresses. I never felt sidelined. I never felt sidelined.
What kinds of roles were you offered in beginning and how did you navigate them?
Well, the major one was uh, a soap opera, and it was I don't like soap operas. I don't think they don't lead to good acting, really. I mean, they're kind of tedious and boring. But I did that for 3.5 years. And then I thought after that, I would get, but then I would go out into stock. I would do Streetcar Named Desire. I would do Born Yesterday. I would do all of those wonderful parts out in stock, you know, and some off Broadway stuff. Play called Telemachus Clay. I did a lot of theater, but not on Broadway necessarily. I did do a play with Kim Stanley on Broadway. I did another play with Lanford Wilson's first play, Lemon Sky, with Charlie Durning and that wonderful young actor. He's not young anymore. Cliff. Huh, his name's. He's marvelous. And why can't I remember? He's an old man now. He's an old man. He was a kid, and he was great. But that was a very good experience. That first Lanford Wilson play. Uh, Great, great, wonderful playwright. So I did all
Looking
that theater, and then I had two children. We adopted two children, and I kind of stepped back because I didn't like leaving them. I didn't want to leave them. So the theater took a back seat from then on, and then I would just do whatever television or what was around, whatever was around, but it wasn't the theater. It was things like, oh, Philco, things like that, those television shows, all those, and all kinds of parts. I played all kinds of parts. I played a lot of bad people, killers. I did killers. Oh, well, that was with Angela Lansbury. She always cast me as a killer.
Would that be a Murder She Wrote?
Yeah, Murder She
Aw-
Wrote. That's
Awesome.
much later, much later.
Looking
Anyhow,
back at some of your career-defining roles, like on Saint Elsewhere, what stands out beyond that Emmy win?
it was just the best written show I've ever been on. The
It was
writing,
a pretty good show.
the
That
writing
Emmy
was
night
superb.
when you and Bill made history, what do you remember about that personal moment?
Well, I was very excited. Bill is very cool. Bill doesn't care about awards or anything. He only wants to make a good living and do a good job. But he's not interested in all that. He doesn't watch the Academy Awards. He didn't watch any of that stuff. I do because I did it as a little kid. So, but he was working as a kid, so he never saw that stuff. He was always working. His childhood was work, and but I don't know. It was very exciting. Yes, it was. It was momentary. It doesn't last, but at the moment, it was very exciting. And we have four Emmys, and we have four grandchildren, so we have one Emmy for each grandchild.
That's awesome. What made Boy Meets World unique for you, especially later in your career?
Well, I was happy to be asked to do it. Michael Jacobs wanted to finish the show with Bill's character, Mr. Feeney, having a wife. So he called and said, "Would you do it?" And I said, "Sure." So I did the last season of Boy
That's
Meets World.
amazing. Speaking of Bill and your partnership with William, what made you and Bill such strong creative partners?
We have been since I met him when I was 18. I was doing a very important play at Northwestern. He helped me. We did a play together in which I was lauded and it was wonderful. And he had been on Broadway. He didn't do much the first year or two uh, on the stage. He did a lot of work in the classroom, but then finally, his senior year, he did Macbeth, and and he was great in that, and a couple other plays. It took him a while to realize that he was not a juvenile, that he was a character actor.
Did your marriage enhance your on-screen work, or did it require boundaries?
No, we never had any boundaries. We never had any. No,
And was there a shared project or a scene that remains close to your heart?
no, all of them. I love them all. I love them all.
Going back to your acting philosophy, when you receive a script, what's the first thing you look for in a character?
Well, first of all, you look at this whole script. You know, if it's a good script, then the character is well written and you like to do it. Lots of times you just do it as a job. You're just doing something as a job. And I've forgotten dozens and dozens of movies that I've done. Dozens. We did movies of the week for a long time, and I did a million of those. Nothing special, nothing special at all.
Was there any role that left a lasting impact on you personally?
No, I've always been an actress. So I'm an actress and I'm doing the part. I'm not playing myself.
Over your career, what has improved in the industry and what's been lost? I mean, you and Bill were part of the SAG-AFTRA.
I can't comment on the industry is so different now. The industry, I cannot say it's improved at all. It's so different. The way you start out is different now. There's no, we knew exactly what we were doing. You start at the bottom and you work up. And there's no such thing anymore. There's just no such thing anymore. And it's hard for the young ones. It's hard. Um, it was there was a clear path when we were young, a clear path to success. And if you followed that path, you would be successful. And now I don't know I don't know that there is such a thing. They become stars right away, or they don't work. Um, I don't know. The business is tough, just like our world today. You know, it's changed so much. There's so much violence, so much cruelty. Cruelty is what is happening in our country today. The cruel people are taking over, and they're sadistic. And I know what that is because I had a father who was a bit sadistic. And it's not a good thing. There's not a lot of kindness around. So that changes everything. If the country's that way, it changes the whole thing. It
True.
changes the whole thing.
And looking back, do you think women are finally being offered the depth of roles they deserve?
I think they always have been. I think that the minorities have not been and are now getting the the black people and the Asian people and all of them are doing wonderful work. The talent is there and it is spreading around a lot. You know, it's not just white people; it's all the minorities, and they're all very good. And people write for them, and that's great. That has changed a lot. That is a change I've noticed a lot, and it's for the better. I mean, there were always really superb black actors, but now there's a million of them. And, you know, they're wonderful, and all the young people they're wonderful when they get to do something. They're great.
Was there ever a time when you considered stepping away from acting?
Only no, only when I had the two boys, and I
Okay.
wanted to be with them. And then I just did a few pickup things. But as when we moved to California from New York, Bill wanted to leave New York and live in California, and then I could work. Uh, I mean, well, by then they were in middle school, and uh, and then out here, Bill could help a lot. He couldn't do that in New York on the stage. He couldn't do too much for me to help me. But so then he could stay home and I could work. And he loved it. He loved staying home and taking care of the kids.
Life, legacy, and meaning. What would you like to be remembered for, both on screen and off screen?
A good citizen.
Good citizen.
A
All
good,
right.
yeah, that's the most important thing. That's the most important thing.
And what brings you joy at this moment in your life?
Well, we're really busy. You know, now you ask a lot of questions. Both Bill and I have books out. Bill's book is out. It's been out a long time. It's very popular. We have a online store, You can it's called Bill and Bonnie Daniels.com, and it's very successful. So that people, we do go out and do some conventions, rarely, but we do go out and do conventions where you sign and pictures and you meet all the people. Now, we both of us love meeting the people all over the country. That's fun, you know. That's the only fun part of being a celebrity, really, is you get to meet a lot of people because they all want to meet you. So we do that, and my book is out there. My book is also on audio. I prefer the audio version because it's like I'm acting. It's like I'm more involved. Uh, Bill's book is very successful. What is my book called? His is, I don't know. There are two books. I forget the names of them, but it's his memoir, Bill Daniels, and mine. I have one, and they sell a lot, and I love the fact that they can hear me do it on my audio video.
I'm about to check that out. That's available on Audible and Amazon.
Yes, it's available everywhere. Well, what is it? Okay, I should have one here somewhere. Oh, I'll show you. I'll show
Okay.
you. Okay, here it is. Ah, Middle of the Rainbow. That's right. That's right. See? It's
Middle of
called
the
Middle
Rainbow
of
by
the
Bonnie
Rainbow.
Bartlett Daniels.
Bonnie
Gotcha.
Bartlett Daniels. It's really good. It's really good. And Bill's is William Daniels, and it's got the picture of Mr. Feeney in the front, and it sells like hotcakes. When we go to conventions, we sell a lot of books.
You
Books.
mentioned the conventions. Can you tell us about a great, memorable fan moment that just warms your heart?
Well, yes, it was toward the end of the day, and I can't remember what city, but it was the end of the day. It was in the Midwest somewhere, I think. And a woman came up, and we were about ready to go. And a woman came up and says, oh, I just caught you. She said, I just left the hospital. I just had a baby, and I want to get here and to meet you. And I said, you just had a baby? She said, yes, like a half an hour ago or something. I said, will you get back to the hospital? Will you please get back to the hospital? I'll send you whatever you want, but go to the hospital. I was terrified that this lady had gotten out of her bed after having a baby to come to a convention to meet us. Huh? I was so upset. I was so scared. I'll never forget that. I'll never
Yeah.
forget that.
Wow.
Oh, amazing, amazing. But I think she's okay. I haven't heard anything bad. Oh boy. But can you imagine? She had tried to hold her birth back to get to our convention, and she couldn't hold it back. So it she had the baby, and she came right out after that. Must have been an easy birth.
I hope that if she had a girl, she named it Bonnie.
I hope so too. I hope so. Woo! That was really funny.
You
But anyway,
mentioned,
we do have that. That keeps us all busy, and the fans want it, so we give it to them, and it's it's fine. We keep really busy doing all that. Bill does cameos. I do too, but he does more than I do.
think about Bill again. Mentioned meeting him at Northwestern. Can you tell
Right.
us about the time where you knew that Bill was the one
Well,
for you?
I never thought about it. You know, I never thought about what you're supposed to do or what you're not supposed to do. I just sort of did what I wanted to do. And so when we met, uh, he, I admired him. He was in the class, and I admired him very much. I never thought of him in connection with me as a a pair because I never really thought of myself as somebody who was going to get married and have children. I was just an actress, and even all my life. I mean, even as a kid. So it kind of happened slowly, very slowly, and we just got together and we were together and we worked together and he helped me on a to sing because I he was a singer and I was not, and I had to sing in a part, and he helped me do that. And we were cast in a play together, and we were just always together, and it was very romantic. It was very seductive sexually. You know what I mean? All of that was all there. It was all there, and I was only 18, and I had never I had a boyfriend or two, but I'd never experienced that. And from then on, we were just always together. We got married after we graduated from college. We graduated in 3.5 years because I was good at working the system. I got us, I got us through fast because I wanted to get to New York. And we've just managed with separations somehow. Bill went on the road once for 9 months. We we didn't know what would happen. You just those separations are very hard to get through. So, but we managed. We've managed, and I think we get closer all the time.
In this age of many reboots and remakes, if you could reprise, go back to any of your roles, which one would you go back to?
You mean to have it continue?
Go back to like if you were to go back to Saint Elsewhere or go back to Boy Meets World, if you were to,
Yeah.
yeah, continue on to one of your roles, which one would you be?
Well, that
What
would
would
be
you take
it.
on?
Say elsewhere,
Saint
because it's so
Elsewhere.
well written. Yeah,
Awesome.
so well written.
And wrapping up, what would you say to young women today whose dreams of following your footsteps? What would you say to those young actresses?
Well, they're going to have to explore, and they're going to have to work hard. They're going to have to find places to be an actor, be a performer, wherever it might be. It's going to be, they have to be entrepreneurs. That's something so different now. People today, the people, they find a place. They find a place to perform or to do something or to invent it. They invent their own thing. It's almost like stand up, but in anything, serious, funny, anything. They have to do it, come forth, And I think it's really important for actors to have a group, belong to a group that is doing plays wherever they do it, wherever they do it. I mean, they can do it in somebody's living room. I don't care, but you have to keep performing, and if you have to find your own places to perform, as well as going out into the universe. It's hard. It's hard today. I think sometimes that a lot of them aren't trained, but things are different. So I don't know that matters as much. It used to matter very much. But, and if you're doing something like Shakespeare, you have to know what you're doing. But if you're just doing a little part on television, you don't have to know much, do you? Just,
True.
you don't.
Bonnie, I want to definitely thank you for your time today and for everything you've given through your work, your words, and your presence. It's been a true honor, and I want to thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It's been very pleasant, and let's pray for us all.